Imagine waking up one morning and hearing a voice no one else can hear. It's not your thoughts, not a whisper. It's a command, speaking in the name of the Creator. And you, a man who cannot read or write, with no books, no teachers, are faced with a choice. Either you've gone mad or you've become a prophet. That's how the Quran began. Muhammad was an ordinary man, a merchant, living in Mecca. But at the age of 40, he left to seek solitude in the cave of Hira. There, in the silence of the mountain, something happened. A voice came. It was Jibreel, the angel Gabriel. And he said, "Iqra, read. Surah 96:1, Al-Alaq." Muhammad didn't know what to read. He replied, "I cannot read." Sahih al-Bukhari 49:53. He said this 3 times. Then the angel embraced him and revealed the first words of the Quran. Read in the name of your Lord who created man from a clinging clot. Read, for your Lord is the most generous, who taught by the pen. Quran 96:1-4. But who wrote the Quran? The Prophet was illiterate. The Quran itself says this. The unlettered Prophet, whom they find mentioned in their own scriptures. Quran 7:157. He couldn't write. He couldn't copy. So he spoke. He recited the words revealed to him. And his companions, those around him, memorized them and wrote them down. On anything they could find. Animal skins, bones, palm leaves, flat stones, parchment. There were official scribes, chosen by the Prophet himself. Among them were Zayd ibn Thabit, Sahih al-Bukhari 4980, Ubay ibn Kabi, Muawiyah ibn Abu Sufyan, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Kazema, and others. Every time a revelation came, the Prophet told them where to place the verse, exactly where it belonged. The order of the Quran is not chronological. It was divinely arranged under the Prophet's guidance. After the Prophet passed away, the verses existed, written and memorized, but not yet compiled in one single book. That changed during the Caliphate of Abu Bakr, 632 to 634 CE. In the Battle of Yamama, many of the Quran's memorizers were killed. Fearing the loss of the Quran, Abu Bakr ordered it to be collected. Zayd ibn Thabit was tasked with the mission. He gathered it, word for word, verified by written records and by the memory of at least 2 witnesses. Sahih al-Bukhari 4986. Later, during the Caliphate of Uthman ibn Affan, 644 to 656 CE, the Quran was standardized into a single dialect, Qurayshi Arabic. Copies were sent to every major region. That is the same Quran the world recites today. So who wrote the Quran? No human being. Allah says, "Indeed, it is we who sent down the reminder, the Quran, and indeed, we will preserve it." Quran 15:9. It was not written by Muhammad. It was not invented by him. In fact, the Quran itself says, if he had made up any statements and attributed them to us, we would have seized him by the right hand, then cut off his aorta. Quran 69:44-46. Now listen closely. After the first revelation, the Prophet was terrified. He returned to his wife, Khadijah, trembling. She comforted him, and then she took him to her cousin, Waraka ibn Nawfal, a Christian monk, a scholar of the previous scriptures. When he heard what happened, he said, "This is the same angel that came to Moses." Sahih al-Bukhari 49:53. This was not conversion. It was confirmation that what Muhammad received was divine. So who wrote the Quran? It was written by the hands of men, yes, but the words were not theirs. Muhammad was not the author. He was the messenger. He does not speak from his own desire. It is but a revelation revealed. Quran 53:3-4. He recited it, word for word, exactly as it came. And those around him preserved it, not just on paper, but in hearts, across generations. Can we be sure it hasn't changed? Yes. Today, millions of people around the world know the entire Quran by heart. It is the only book in human history that has been transmitted both orally and in writing, letter for letter, across 14 centuries, without a single change. That's not humanly possible. That's divine preservation. Allah says, "Indeed, we have sent it down, and indeed, we will guard it." Quran 15:9. So who wrote the Quran? No man, not Muhammad, not his companions. It was revealed, word by word, through Jibreel, to the heart of a man who couldn't read or write. To change the world,